Hey, what is up, Smooth Skins and Mungos? So Nuts here, and in this unconfirmed speculation video, we will be talking about vaults in Fallout 4. Now, the main question on everybody's mind is, how many vaults are going to be in Fallout 4? It's a great question. Glad you asked it. So let's take a look back at Fallout 3, which contained 6 vaults, 2 of which were my favorite. I really enjoyed Vault 106, which had the hallucinogenic gas pumped in through the air filtration system, which caused everybody to hallucinate and lose their minds and become murderous, ravenous assholes. And if you go down in that vault, you end up hallucinating and seeing your Faja, and you'll also see your arch nemesis, Butch, and the tunnel snakes. So that was pretty creepy and pretty cool at the same time. And my second favorite was Vault 108, which was pretty much everybody's favorite, which contained the clones of a fella named Gary. And as soon as you walked in, you started to hear, Gary? Gary! Haha, Gary! And it's a beautiful sound. I love that guy. And then Fallout New Vegas contained 6 vaults also, one of which everybody hated, which was Vault 22. You walk up in that bitch, you see plants all on the walls, plants all in the rooms and on the ground. Then all of a sudden the plants start coming to life and you start getting attacked by these little bitches named spores. And that was just not a fun vault at all. I did not enjoy exploring it. I did not enjoy being in there at all. I hope there's no vaults like that in Fallout 4, because if they are, as soon as I walk up in that bitch and see a plant, I'm turning my ass back around and I'm walking the fuck out of there. I don't care if there's a bobblehead, a rare weapon piece, whatever. I ain't going back in that bitch. I'd rather it be filled with baby death claws than little spore creatures. And then there was Vault 11, which was my favorite in New Vegas. I love the experiment that went down in that one. The fact that people were told that they had to sacrifice one of their own once a year for everybody else to survive in the vault. And come to find out, if they would have just denied them of the sacrifice, everybody would have survived and the vault door would have opened and everybody would have been free and alive. And if you go down into the sacrificial chamber, that's where it gets even more creepier, because you sit down in this chair, you're looking at this screen, and it plays like a little mini movie with this really happy-go-lucky guy telling you you're about to be sacrificed and you're going to die. He's like, "Hey, welcome, resident who was chosen to be sacrificed. Now don't let this get you down. It's for the betterment of your people," and yada yada yada. And it's just so morbid, but I loved it, and I'm really hoping there's a vault like that in Fallout 4. So anyways, back to the Fallout 4 vault conversation. So I was going through the concept art and I stumbled across 2 pieces of concept art that contained vault suits that weren't Vault 111. One was Vault 10 and one was Vault 17. So I did a little research on both of the vaults, and Vault 10 was not mentioned in any of the games, but it was mentioned in a little mini series on YouTube called Fallout Nuka Break. There's actually 2 seasons available on YouTube right now, so I highly recommend that you go check them out. It's well worth your time. It's about as close as we're going to get to a Fallout movie or a Fallout TV show. Love it. But the protagonist in that show's name is Twig, and he's a slightly obese Nuka-Cola fanatic, and it says that the vault that he came out of, which was Vault 10, was designed for the sole purpose of testing the Edomatic cafeteria system. This is the reason the dwellers are overweight. No gym equipment was installed, thus the average weight of the vault dwellers became larger and larger with each generation. So it was basically an American simulator. Plenty of that going on around here, am I right? But hey man, I would love to be in that vault right there. I don't exercise, and I love to get my munch on. So me and that vault would get along very well. So we see the Vault 10 suit in the concept art, but the guy wearing the Vault 10 suit is not a chunky monkey. So I don't really know. Maybe it's just so hard to like piece it together and try and figure out why there would be a Vault 10 suit in the concept art with a skinny dude when it says that the sole purpose was for the Edomatic and there was no gym equipment, so everybody grew in size. I don't know. I think we might come across somebody who's from Vault 10. He's probably going to be a chunky dude, and he's probably going to tell you a story about Vault 10, and they might actually show like some comic slideshows of his story being told, or maybe even an actual cinematic of his story being told. I don't know. But anyways, let's move on to the other vault. Vault 17, which was actually mentioned in Fallout New Vegas from Lily, which is the blue Nightkin looking super mutant that you can take on as a companion. And it says that the vault was raided in 2154 by the Master's army, and its inhabitants were taken prisoner and subsequently turned into super mutants. And it also says the vault is located somewhere in New California. However, the exact location is unknown. So, we know one person, well, one mutant, who was a resident of Vault 17. She managed to survive even though she was a mutant. And she was a friendly mutant. And yeah, I think we're probably going to come across a few people who managed to make it out of Vault 17 and survive. Maybe more mutants. Maybe a couple actual humans who managed to get out before the FEV virus took over and turned everybody into a mutant. I don't know. And we're probably going to have a side quest with them. They're probably going to tell their story, and we're going to figure out more information about that vault. And I would love for that to happen, man. I love finding out these little bits of information about other vaults and other cities and other people's lives. And I love finding holo tapes and just listening to them and trying to figure out what went down in a certain environment. It's my favorite part about Fallout. Other than, you know, all the vats and blood and gore and whatnot. So anyways, this brings us to what type of vaults are we going to see in Fallout 4 and how many will there be? So like I said, there were 6 in Fallout 3, 6 in New Vegas. And the numbers of the vaults were pretty close to one another in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Fallout 3 had 87, 92, 101, 106, 108, and 112. And Fallout New Vegas had Vault 3, 11, 19, 21, 22, and 34. So in Fallout 4, we're going to be in Vault 111, so I'm assuming probably all of the vaults we're going to come across are going to be in the hundreds. Maybe like 125, 132, maybe 117 or something like that. I don't know. But that's probably what we're going to see. And I'm thinking that we're probably going to have anywhere from 8 to 12 vaults in Fallout 4. Because they said that Fallout 4 contains double the assets of Skyrim, which probably means quadruple the amount of assets of Fallout 3. And Fallout 3 was like 5 or 6 gigabytes. Skyrim was 5 or 6 gigabytes. And Skyrim contained way more stuff than Fallout 3, as we know. And it was just exposed that the Xbox One version of Fallout 4 is going to be 28.12, but Pete Hines said that's subject to change. So it could be even more. It could be somewhere in the 30 gigabytes mark. So think about it. All that stuff they crammed into Skyrim, all the stuff they crammed into Fallout 3, in under, let's just say, under 8 gigabytes. Imagine how much they're adding to Fallout 4 with 30 gigabytes. They can add a lot of vaults, a lot of cities, a lot of buildings, a lot of NPCs, a lot of quests, and a lot of awesome shit to explore and find. So I'm assuming anywhere from 8 to 12 vaults, and each vault is going to be interesting as hell, and I can't wait. Like I said, I'm hoping there's going to be a vault similar to Vault 11, and I'm also hoping that there's going to be a vault similar to 108, because that's everybody's favorite. We would love to come across some more Garys. Or at least just come across a random Gary that made it out of 108 and he's just roaming around the wasteland, and all of a sudden we just come across him and we initiate a conversation with him, and then all he says is, "Gary, and then he starts trying to attack you. That'd be beautiful. And give us that, Bethesda. But anyways, that's all I thought I'd say about the vaults, because there's really no good information to speak on about how many vaults there's going to be, or what the number of the vaults are going to be, or what the experiments are going to be in the vaults. All that is a nice big secret that only the Bethesdians know. And they've all played the game numerous times, and they've all got to enjoy the shit while we're still sitting here, man, salivating, wanting to stick our dicks in the Fallout 4 disc. Alright, that's taking a little too far. You might cut your fucking foreskin off if you ain't already been circumcised. But anyways, I will catch you guys on the next Unconfirmed Speculation. Next one's gonna be about, I don't even know yet, but I'll come up with it soon, because I haven't been making enough of these videos. So peace out. You guys kick ass. Appreciate you sticking through the whole video, listening to me ramble on about nonsense. You guys are the best. Love you. And sayonara, Wastelanders. Until next time.